Oh, hey. What's going on? Jeremy in the chat writes the following. Yeah, we should lead with a Santander update today. I think we have other things to discuss.
It's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now. Got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
S-I-C-K, it's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K, 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 S-I-C-K.
All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick.
You are now listening to The Sid Seixeiro Show. Powered by Sick Media, the sickest Toronto sports show. Now, here's your host, Sid.
What's up? What are you talking to me about now?
Sorry, my fault.
you started talking to me like with a second ago. What's the deal?
I didn't think you reposted the.
I did. I did repost the Twitter thing. We'll try again. What's up?
My fault.
Sid Seixeiro Show, powered by Sick Media. We are live on YouTube. We are live on X. We are live on Facebook. And for everyone listening on audio or watching after the fact, we appreciate you. If you want to support this small business operation we're doing, we appreciate it. Hit like and subscribe. Friday, July the 10th, special anniversary for yours truly. 10 years ago today, Portugal won the European Championship. Ronaldo scored 3 goals in that game. Just kidding. He was on the bench by the end. But what a day. And what a day here on the Sid Seixeiro Show, powered by Sick Media. The Leafs fired like everybody yesterday, and it's not our lead today. To give you an idea of kind of what's happening here in the city of Toronto. The Leafs let Everett, like Haley Wickenheiser, a bunch of people are gone. Gone. And John Shaika put out a heartfelt 2-sentence quote about it. Just like I'm starting to get the feeling, just listening to him talk and his reputation, the last guy you want in that meeting that you're let go is John Shaika. He has the emotional capability of a coffee table. Like, it's just, see ya, all the best. Yep, that's how it went at MLSC yesterday. But that's not our lead today. Before I really get into it, Azo, good afternoon. Because this is going to be a while.
Was I not ready for this?
No, this is going to be a while before I say hi to you again.
Okay. Well,
If I'm being honest.
that's actually nice of you to say hi to me.
Right?
We didn't even talk before the show.
No, we just kind
You
of.
never talk to me.
It's been a busy day. Azo's been fantastic as always.
I'm seeing a couple more sports anniversaries today.
What are the other ones?
Wait, where was it? Cristiano Ronaldo joined Juventus today for 99.2 million pounds.
Oh, it was the Juventus transfer anniversary.
And Kawhi Leonard signed his 3-year, $103 million deal with the Los Angeles Clippers,
yeah.
apparently on this day.
Yes, it's true.
Oh, there you go.
Because free agency kind of hit, but like we had to wait, right? Like I
right.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
We were waiting about Kawhi Leonard.
Funny that's today.
Funny how that works.
Wow.
By the way, I want to say one thing about the Leafs quickly before I move on. And a lot of Leaf fans who have a lot of comments about the firings that they made inside their organization yesterday, I understand it. None of you have a clue what any of these folks did most days. None of you. I don't think MLSC knows. I'm not saying they're not great people, but like some of the anger, bring it down. You have no idea what you're talking about. However, with that said, I don't like when you throw people in front of the media and then fire them. Haley Wickenheiser ran the development camp, okay? And they made her speak. And then you let her go? Really? Same with Mark Leach. Made him speak before the draft, head of amateur scouting, does the draft, you take all of his spreadsheets, then you fire him. Those are my two beefs. The rest of them, I have no idea. I have to be honest with you. How many Stanley Cups are in this city? How good a job has anyone done? Like, stop it. Stop it. But I don't like the Haley Wickenheiser speak to the media and then fire you. And I don't like the Mark Leach speak to the media and fire you. I got a problem with that. As a human being, I have a problem with that. Avoidable. Both are avoidable. It's kind of embarrassing on the two people I'm talking about. In hindsight, they're like, well, thanks for using me for that. Appreciate it. Don't like that. The rest of them, you have no idea. Enough. Like Daryl Metcalf, the guy who ran the analytics, like, I mean, I don't want to be mean here, but Keith Pelly didn't know he existed.
Craig Berube avoided him or ignored him for a year.
Ignored him for years. Didn't read an email from Metcalf in analytics at MLSE. Didn't read an email. But everyone's going to be upset about all of them. Don't be upset about all of them. I don't know. And guess what? If they're really good at their job, they'll excel somewhere else. Because real talent rises to the crop. Real talent doesn't get a gift job and you never hear from them again. That's not talent. Talent you'll hear from again. Believe me. Maybe we revisit that later.
Yeah, we're not leading Leafs.
No.
What are you talking about?
All right. Azo, good to see you.
Thank you for saying hi. I appreciate it.
I'm going to take a stroll.
Man, I wish the barbecue was today. I
Wednesday.
could go get some hot dogs and some burgers if.
There's going to be some grilling today.
Yes, you set the mood. Let's go.
All right. Good to see you all. And good to talk to you. So let's go back to 2018. And one of the real balls on the table moments in Toronto sports history, the trading for Kawhi Leonard. Not easy for Masai Ujiri. Difficult to do. Basketball-wise on the court, you could definitely justify it, but this is a guy in Kawhi Leonard who was in his contract year. Dangerous, dangerous stuff. He was mercurial to begin with. Now, he'd already won an NBA title with San Antonio, so you had a feeling you knew what you were getting yourself into. But he's in his contract year. And I don't know if you know this about Toronto Raptor history. They don't always get the biggest free agents. Check that. never get the biggest free agents. Just the way it is. So you bring in a guy in Kawhi Leonard, who's in his contract year, you're rolling a lot of dice. But Masai Ujiri, in that moment, having a team that was kind of close but no cigar in the Eastern Conference, said, it's got to happen now. The Raptors would never normally sign a guy like Kawhi Leonard. Maybe we can trade for one. And it's a contract year, so the player who comes in says, to hell with it. Let's try it out. And after now an infamous conversation between Masai Ujiri and Kawhi Leonard, where Kawhi asked Masai, why did you trade for me? And Masai saying, you're the best player in the world, they found a fit. And what Kawhi did in this city is undeniable. One of the best sporting performances I have seen in my lifetime in this city from anybody. Anybody. He was lights out. I think it was 30 points per game in that postseason, 26 points per game throughout the year. It was unbelievable. So the Raptors win the title in 2019. Wow. Then the speculation begins. Kawhi Leonard is in his free agency period. So he's going to enjoy it. Now, Uncle Dennis, a family member of Kawhi Leonard's, is a big part of his life, his career. And if Kawhi Leonard decides Uncle Dennis is in his ear, then that's how this is going to go. Some people have not liked the fact that certain family members are this close to the business aspect of an athlete. Too bad. That's the athlete's choice, not yours. So the Raptors made it clear pretty early, hey, Kawhi, we love you. The Blue Jays gave him like seats right behind home plate that one day. Remember that? Kawhi came down the steps. Place went nuts. Place went nuts. Then it was time to talk turkey with Kawhi. Now, the thing about Ontario, and I know I'm preaching to a very educated choir in Ontario and in large parts of the country, but for people who are listening who aren't familiar with Ontario, when you combine all the taxes here, it's like 53%. Now, I also don't mind free health care. So you got to pay for stuff. But the taxes in this province basically are 53%. It has hindered many sports teams in this market for years. And the fact that the Raptors got it done despite that fact is kind of a minor miracle. Check that. A not so minor miracle. So when an athlete like Kawhi Leonard is being wooed by the Raptors, and he genuinely enjoyed his experience here in Toronto, there's certain things to think about, like the taxes. And it was pretty obvious based on the reporting that has come out since that 2019 offseason that Kawhi Leonard and his team were definitely thinking of that as they were picking a spot to land. For example, the Toronto Raptors made an overture to Kawhi Leonard in a province where the taxes are 53%. Famously, Kawhi Leonard's Uncle Dennis asked for a piece of Toronto Maple Leaf ownership to offset. You know what I mean? If the taxes are A, give me B, no problem. Now, in the NBA, there's a thing called the salary cap. All payments to a player have to be upfront on the table in relation to that cap. You can go above it. The luxury tax is pretty severe. Any payments off to the side, highly illegal. Not unheard of, but highly illegal. So Uncle Dennis reportedly asked the Toronto Maple Leafs and MLSC, yeah, no problem. We'll deal with this 53% Ontario tax. Give us 3% of the Leafs. Or whatever the percentage was. I never actually read what the percentage ask was. I hope that comes out one day. I don't think it's today. But I hope it comes out one day. The Toronto Maple Leafs and MLSE said to Uncle Dennis, that is extremely illegal under NBA rules. A, we can't do that. And B, we think you're nuts. Do you know how hard Rodgers and Bell maneuvered at the time to get their piece of the MLSE pie? And how close Rodgers was to kicking everyone out of the boat? Uncle Dennis is going to walk in and get 3%. But that's kind of where Team Kawhi was at. They were going to get theirs, taxes be damned. And salary cap be damned. There was going to be ways Kawhi got his. So in Toronto, that wasn't happening. Not happening. What else do we know about Kawhi? Wanted to go back to California. Wanted to go back to Los Angeles, his home. Understandable. The guy just balled out, won an NBA title. Okay. He wants to go home. Do you know the state with the highest state tax in the United States of America? It's California. 13.5%, I believe, or something around that range. It's not Ontario taxes, but by American standards, the highest. Big state in California. They want to pay for things too. California's GDP is bigger than some countries. That's how big California is. So Kawhi realizes he's not going to be part of Leafs ownership. So let's go to California. Reportedly, he went to the Clippers and also asked for some crazy off-the-book stuff to offset some of these taxes in California. Jeannie Buss and the Lakers said, we're not doing that. You're amazing. We're not doing that. Uncle Dennis goes, okay. Clippers, owned by Steve Ballmer, who's worth like $150 billion, the Microsoft guy. Kawhi and Uncle Dennis go to the Clippers in a state with 13.5% state tax. And says, we'll sign here, but we got to figure some stuff out, allegedly. Steve Ballmer not only goes okay, signs Kawhi, and today's the anniversary of that signing, as Azzo said, to a 3-year, $103 million contract, but he trades Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to OKC for Paul George. That basically all happened today. Like a while ago, 7 years ago that happened. Today. Kawhi signed with the Clippers, 3 years, 103, and Shai Gilgeous got traded to OKC. Clippers prospect, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Hamilton, Ontario's own. Poof. What a day. So the contract for Kawhi is about $34 million per season with the Clippers. If you work the state tax into that, that goes down to 28, 29 million, something like that. So in Kawhi's mind and Uncle Dennis's mind, we got to make up that $5 million somewhere. So how are we going to do that off the books of the cap? Because the Clippers are like up against it. The Clippers can't really do anything more with their cap. And that's where a name comes into the story that at the time none of us really knew was relevant, but was extremely relevant. And it's a company in California called Aspiration. It was an eco-tech kind of hippie company that solicited a lot of donors and was basically about the environment and planting trees. I wish that was the simplistic way to say it, but no, they planted a lot of trees, or so they told everyone. And the Clippers invested about, I think it was $30 million into this company, Aspiration. So the Clippers have this relationship with this tree planting company, and they have like a ton of celebrities involved in this. So the Clippers get involved. The NBA looks at that partnership. They're fine with it. And Kawhi Leonard becomes a spokesperson for Aspiration. Because when you think of the environment, you think of Kawhi Leonard. And that was like beyond under the radar, that partnership. No one knew. No one knew that was a thing before September of last year. I didn't know this company existed, Aspiration. But now the Clippers and Kawhi have a relationship with Aspiration. And not long after Kawhi signed with the Clippers on this day 7 years ago. So last year in March 31st, 2025 to be exact, again, unbeknownst to all of us because we didn't know what it was, this company, Aspiration, that has a relationship with not only the Clippers, but now Kawhi Leonard, files for bankruptcy. They filed for bankruptcy. To the point where a federal investigation into wire fraud took place into one of its owners, Joseph Sandberg. And for the listening audience, we're showing you a picture of Sandberg, and it's like, yeah, that's wire fraud. So an investigation started in last year of wire fraud on this tree planting company run by this guy Sandberg. And it ended with him being sentenced to prison for 14 years on federal charges of wire fraud. He defrauded people to the tune of like $240 million. People get pissed when they get defrauded to that extent. So my guy here in the photo, in the nice blue shirt, looking like he's at a state fair, is now at a state fair known as federal prison for 14 years. He was sentenced in early June of this year. But this whole story began again in March of 2025 when Aspiration, his tree planting company, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So what happened between March of last year and September of last year is interesting because there were a bunch of other employees of this company who were thrown out into the street because this company went under, and all of a sudden they don't have jobs. But you know what they do have? Receipts. And they're pissed because they've seen some things that are a little nefarious, specifically with Kawhi Leonard. I mentioned Kawhi Leonard was hired to be a spokesperson for this company. He didn't do a damn thing for the company. And there are many employees of that now bankrupt company who are both out of a job and know full well he didn't do anything. And on top of that, have bank receipts. Pissed off employees can do a lot of damage, especially if they have proof. Because I need to say this very clearly for everyone listening who doesn't really understand. If Kawhi Leonard is being paid for no work by someone, that is a violation of the NBA salary cap. That is a no-no for any player. Just so we're clear on that. The sanctity of a salary cap only works if it's on the up and up. Now, am I naive enough to try and make the case for you everyone always follows the cap? That's a bunch of malarkey. I'm not that naive. But the key is don't get caught. So now a bunch of employees from Aspiration who are out of a job and saw full well Kawhi Leonard did nothing. They need an outlet. They need a place to go to vent and try and tell people kind of what went on here because they're pissed. Enter Pablo Torre. For Canadians who don't know, Pablo Torre is a New York-born kid, went to Harvard, worked for ESPN for a long time, really talented, smart guy, left ESPN and worked with Dan Le Batard at Meadowlark Media, and started a podcast called Pablo Torre Finds Out. Now, it's basically the dream journalistic podcast that Pablo has always dreamed of doing. And he started off with like kind of some softer topics like Bill Belichick's girlfriend and some more titillating things that were, the podcasts were outstanding. But then in September of last year, he's sitting at a table in his studio with David Sampson, formerly of the Marlins, and he does a lot of work with Dan Le Batard, and Amin Al Hassan, who also does a lot of work with Le Batard. And Pablo Torre started off his podcast by talking about something, And he did not tell David or Amin where he was going with this. So he is unearthing all of this evidence from Aspiration, the company that went bankrupt, in the moment to them in this podcast. It's remarkable he did it. And what he did in a series of podcasts last September is go through bank records of how Kawhi's business, KL2, by the way, real stealth name of your business, Kawhi Leonard, who wears number 2, KL2 was being funneled money by people with direct association with the Clippers, and Kawhi was doing no work for this company. Like, the receipts Pablo Torre had in this podcast that he released last September were staggering. There's one clip I want to play for you here, and it's the most direct link between Clippers ownership and payments to Kawhi's small business. Take a listen.
Smoking gun question we're all contemplating. It's the thing that I think I have uncovered. According to this Green Bank's Silicon Valley Bank statements, which I have acquired and confirmed and have in the folder in front of you, please tell us when exactly Aspiration finally does wire their months late second payment to Kawhi Leonard.
December 15th of 2022, 1.75 million.
Something happened just 9 days before the wire out to Kawhi's KL2 Aspire LLC for $1.75 million on December 15th.
On December 6th of 2022, a wire in from DEA 88 Investments in the amount of $1,999,999.59.
Should probably look up the registered agent on file for DEA 88 Investments LP, and it turned out to be a man named Dennis.
Dennis Robertson?
Not Uncle Dennis. Dennis J. Wong, our different Dennis, is the vice chairman of the Los Angeles Clippers.
Oh, come on, man.
He is the one and only limited partner, in fact, of the team. This has not been reported previously because the ownership group is Steve Ballmer owning 99%.
Right.
And Dennis J. Wong owning 1%. And that's it.
Pablo Torre won a Pulitzer Prize this year for those podcasts, for journalism. That is like a crouton of the work he did and the documents he was sent. And the Clippers, very quickly after those podcasts dropped, basically showing you how the Clippers are paying Kawhi through another company to do nothing. That was one payment for like $2 million. He had many more, Pablo Torre did. The second those podcasts dropped in September of last year, the Clippers came out with a statement saying that they were the victims of fraud, and it is what it is. Now, the owner of the company did get sentenced to 14 years in prison for wire fraud. So there's an element of the Clippers' excuse there that is rather factual. But is one to believe the Clippers had no idea that was going on? Not really plausible. So the Clippers immediately put out a statement saying we were the victims of fraud. The NBA hires a law firm out of New York named Wachtell, Lipton, Rosen, and Katz, and immediately starts an investigation into this because Adam Silver claimed he knew nothing about it. So this law firm in New York, like they only have like maybe 300, 400 employees. It's not the biggest law firm, but they're known as a boutique law firm, and they make like $1 billion a year, and they have access to a lot. So that investigation began in September of last year. I'm going to leave that here. Remember that investigation from Wachtell, Lipton, Rosen, and Katz on the Aspiration Clippers situation. So the NBA hires the law firm. Pablo Torre's podcast cause a you-know-what storm in the world of sports about salary cap circumvention, a serious crime inside a league. And then it's media day for the Clippers. September the 29th of last year. Because the one person we haven't heard from is Kawhi Leonard, the owner of KL2 Industries. Vandalay Industries, if you will. And you would think like Kawhi Leonard would be prepped on what the questions would be at this media day, considering how incredible some of these allegations are that came out through Pablo Torre. You would assume. Kawhi didn't seem overly prepped for the questions that were coming his way. And for a guy who doesn't say a lot about a lot of things, I thought this was rather telling. So this is less than a month after the bombshell drops that maybe Kawhi is being paid under the table by the Clippers, allegedly. This is how he handled it on Media Day, September 29th of last year.
There's been a lot of talk around you and the Clippers and NBA investigation last month. Just curious how you're kind of approaching this training camp and kind of not letting that, get in the way, distract you or anything like that.
Oh, I mean, it's easy for me. I don't read headlines or do conspiracies, theories, or anything like that. So, it's about the season and what we got ahead of us right now. And tomorrow we'll start camp and see what we got.
Do you have any reaction or statement regarding some of the things that have been alleged over the last month?
No. The NBA is going to do their job. None of us did no wrongdoing. That's it. We invite the investigation. It's not going to be a distraction for me or the rest of the team.
Hi, Ramona Shelburne, ESPN. What is your understanding of the endorsement deal that you had with the company that was being talked about, Aspiration, and did you perform any services for them?
When you say understanding, what do you mean?
Like of the contract you signed, and how much money you were to receive, what you were supposed to perform for those services?
I understand that full contract and the services that I had to do. Like I said, I don't deal with the conspiracies or the clickbait analysts or journalism that's going on. So that's what it is.
Well, I think the allegation was that you didn't perform any services for them. Is that accurate, or did you do things for them?
I don't think it's accurate, but it's old. This is all new to you guys. The company went bankrupt a while ago, so we already knew this was going to happen. So,
you were named as like the largest creditor in the bankruptcy filing, right? Did you actually get the money that was owed to you in the contract, or?
No. But the company went belly up. It was frauded, as everybody knows. If you want any more questions or more details about that company, you can either ask the owner or whoever else is involved in the fraud that went on.
Right. I think they said they owed you $7 million or something, right?
I'm not sure. I gotta look back at the books, but no, it's more than that for sure.
Do you have any idea of how much you actually made on that?
No, it was like 2, 3, 4 years ago.
Lucky Drew in the chat, his answer is a decoy. Well, that settles it. He doesn't pay attention to the clickbait journalism. Nothing to see here. Okay. Always fresh in the chat, 100% on silver. Funny you should bring him up. So the investigation's going on. That awkwardness with Kawhi Leonard at Media Day took place, not squashing any heat on the story. Zero. He made zero effort to. Excuse me. So then a lot of people start focusing on NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. Because again, the league signed off on this relationship between the tree company and the Clippers. Maybe they quickly rubber stamped it and did no research into it. I don't know. Clearly they didn't. The irony, too, was All-Star Weekend in February this year was hosted by the Clippers. So Adam Silver is doing his annual All-Star Game State of the League press conference, and he gets asked about the state of the Wachtell, Lipton, Rosen, and Katz investigation that began in September into this Clippers cap circumvention thing, and he said this.
The Clippers fully cooperating with the investigation, and ultimately you have to make a decision on whether or not a rule was broken. Have you come to a decision in your mind of what the threshold needs to be for you to decide that?
Chris, I haven't come to any decisions whatsoever yet on the Clippers matter. As you know, the league office is not directly running the investigation. That's being overseen by a law firm, Wachtell in New York. From everything I've been told, the Clippers have been fully cooperative, but as I said, I'm not involved day to day in the investigation. And I think, as I've said before, it's enormously complex. You have a company in bankruptcy. You have thousands of documents, multiple witnesses that have been needed to be interviewed. I will say, just in case anyone's wondering, the fact that All-Star is here this weekend has had no impact on the timeline of the investigation. Our charge to the Wachtell law firm is do the work and then come back and make recommendations to the league office, and that's where things now stand.
So that was the weekend of February 13th through to the 15th. All-Star weekend being hosted by the Clippers, February of this year. Fairly standard political commissioner, there's an investigation going on, I can't comment answer, which is standard anytime there's some hanky-panky going on. And that's kind of where the story sat for a while. There wasn't any crazy update. There wasn't anything untoward going on, nothing. And it sat until about June the 5th, so early last month. And that is, according to ESPN, the day the NBA, check that, the day the law firm that the NBA hired, Wachtell, Lipton, Rosen, and Katz, spoke to Uncle Dennis and Kawhi about this. Now remember, the law firm started in September. And listen, as you might expect, I didn't pass the bar, not a lawyer full time. Shocking, I know. But good law enforcement people or good lawyers know the answers to all the questions they ask before folks get in the room, if that makes any sense. So this law firm in New York from September to June was just doing other stuff, talking to other people. Then they said to Kawhi and Uncle Dennis, okay, guys, come on in. That should tell you something right there. So that happened on June the 5th. Then the NBA draft takes place, and there's a clip that kind of slipped through the safety net of the internet, but it happened, and not many people picked up on it. Bobby Marks, during ESPN's draft coverage, was asked about Kawhi Leonard and said, I'm hearing maybe a former team of his would be interested. He didn't say either Spurs or Raptors, but he said a former team. Okay, that was a little interesting. Then the closer we get to the end of June, the heat started by Shams Charania regarding the Raptors and a reunion with Kawhi really started to build, and like fast. And with light speed on June the 30th, last Tuesday, Shams reported it's done. Kawhi Leonard has been reacquired by the Raptors in a deal that would send Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, unprotected first in 2031, unprotected first in 2033, a pick swap in 2027 if you're into that kind of thing, and 2 seconds. Boom! It's done! Kawhi is a Raptor again. The city of Toronto, who seemingly doesn't pay attention to any other basketball news, is going nuts. They love it. A 35-year-old Kawhi. They've had Kawhi in a contract year before. Why not again? Now, they're talking extension with Kawhi, but whatever. Kawhi is back in the fold. On the day Kawhi turned 35 years of age, by the way, last Tuesday, the Raptors reportedly, not official, reportedly bring in Kawhi Leonard again. Wowie, wow, wow, wow. Toronto went nuts. Nuts. Well, not all of Toronto. I rarely do this on this show because I leave like, I believe at some level here, I have to be right about certain things. I don't think spiking footballs is something I should be doing because that's my damn job with Azzo. We get some things wrong. We get some things right. Anytime I get something right on air, I don't need to spike a football. I'll leave that for others. This is my job. I'm right about things, wrong about things. But I would like to play this receipt on behalf of the both of us here. So while the city of Toronto was like, Kawhi's back, let's go. Azzo and I came on air the next day here on this Sick Media podcast and said this, expecting to be disappointed by this. On paper, it looks fine, but I am not nearly as optimistic as other people. I think the expectations of this in this town need to settle down a little bit. Some people are running away with it. Do not set yourself up for disappointment. Aside from that, I think it's a great move, Azzo. Your thoughts on Kawhi Leonard's rather shocking and quick return. I want to underline quick.
Yeah.
This came out of nowhere.
I agree.
Like out of nowhere, this was thrown together in terms of insiders throwing it out there. This wasn't weeks in the making. It was insane. Azzo, your take here 24 hours after the fact.
First time we heard about it was at the draft, like barely. There was rumblings, and then
There was
it just
rumblings.
escalated, and within a week now, it's like it's done, which is crazy.
It's crazy.
The two things, obviously, that scare me are the legal troubles.
I think something's going to come down with the Clippers that isn't good.
Yeah, the legal stuff is the number one thing.
Because I think there's a reason the Clippers wanted 5 draft picks from the Raptors. I think they're going to get dinged pretty hard.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I trust Bobby enough where he did his due diligence with the
You
league.
would hope. Can you imagine they don't tell the Raptors
That's crazy.
that Kawhi's suspended for X amount of time for that? There's something here I don't like.
I know, I
Azzo.
agree. I agree
There's
with you.
something in this Kawhi thing I do not like.
I agree with you.
I hate it. I'm very uncomfortable with this.
Pablo Torre has me nervous now.
We don't have all the details.
Yeah.
There's a lot in the air. It's a little shady. He turned. Kawhi Leonard won a title here, and it still wasn't enough for him to stay.
Yep.
Don't get comfortable, everyone. I don't know what you're thinking with this guy, but he does not care about this city at all. He's running from something. There was a reason he wanted to come across the border. I don't know what it is. We're going to find out. But for a guy who had a chance to stay here, all of a sudden say he wants to come back, and everyone just buy that line, like we're all gullible, I find it shocking. Like, think it through. He left. Why the change of heart? No one has explained that to me. Not one person has explained that to me. There's a lot of Raptor fanboys in this town, man. A lot. A lot. Careful who you listen to. Careful who you listen to. So that was us on air. Thanks for putting that together, Azzo. That was us on air, Canada Day of last week. That's why I was wearing the T-shirt, by the way. I was in a Canada Day mood. So we were on record with that 24 hours after the trade was reported by Shams. Fast forward to this week. On Monday, almost exactly a month after Uncle Dennis and Kawhi spoke to the law firm investigating the Aspiration story, Uncle Dennis is no longer Kawhi's agent. June 5th, they spoke to the law firm. July 6th, Uncle Dennis is no longer his agent. Done. Did business with each other Kawhi's entire career. Gone in a month after those meetings. In a month. Gone. That was Monday. And that one made people go, That's weird. You just had a meeting with a law firm who spent what? Like 8 months investigating receipts and bank records and talking to people. And that law firm speaks to Uncle Dennis and he's gone a month later? Speaks to Kawhi and Uncle Dennis is gone a month later? Just like that, eh? Just like that. That was Monday. On Tuesday, guess who's in the Raptors building? It's Kawhi. Kawhi's there for Kyle Lowry's one-day retirement that people talked about for 24 hours. Kawhi was in the building. Didn't speak to anyone. The trade's not official yet. Couldn't wipe the smile up on Webster's face. Couldn't do it. Bizarre. Monday, he fires Uncle Dennis as his agent. Tuesday, he's at OVO Center for Kyle Lowry's big day. Kyle Lowry the next night was at the Tempo game. Wait, he was golfing in Tahoe. Kawhi Leonard, back to him, he was the story, really. Like already a weird start to the week for the Raptors, a little bit. The Lowry press conference was fine. It gave him the respect that he deserved. But Kawhi in there not talking about any of this was just wild. Wild. One of the biggest trades in years for the Raptors. He's in the building. You don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Okay. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday, quiet. Not much happened. So yesterday, Azzo and I, we're done the show as usual around 2 o'clock. And I'm sticking around later than normal because there's like a wicked storm rolled through the GTA yesterday around that time. So I'm like, I'm just going to stick around for a little bit longer. Around 3 p.m. Eastern yesterday, the Raptors put out a very short press release. And it read as follows. Regarding our planned trade with the Clippers for Kawhi, the NBA league office informed us that as a result of the ongoing investigation involving the Clippers, we would assume the risk of any potential outcome of the investigation that impacts Kawhi. In light of this, we will wait until the league's investigation is complete. The Raptors remain eager to bring Kawhi back to Toronto and look forward to a swift resolution for our players, our organization, and our fans. End of statement. Whoa. Whoa. So let me explain people this, because there's some folks who are like, there's some idiots out there who are like, well, what does the Clippers' actions have to do with the Raptors? If you trade for Kawhi and they suspend him for a year, that's a Raptor problem. Do you understand? That's a Raptor problem. That's not just a Kawhi problem. That's a Raptor problem. The picks with the Clippers and whatnot, obviously that's not a Raptor problem. Although the Clippers might want those picks now. So they would like to see the trade go through as well. Because the Clippers might be disciplined for circumventing the salary cap and breaking that bylaw in the NBA, paying people under the table. Keep in mind, the NBA didn't put this release out yesterday. They made the Raptors do it. That's about as embarrassing as it gets for press releases. Not since the we just traded Vince Carter because he hated our guts press release have I seen a more embarrassing one for the Toronto Raptors. The NBA didn't stop any trade. The NBA told the Raptors, you better watch out with Kawhi. The same week Uncle Dennis gets fired by Kawhi Leonard, the Raptors are told by the league, guys, what are you doing here? Are you good with what's about to happen? Because I don't think you know. More on that and Bobby Webster in a bit. The Clippers, moments later, put out their own press release. Allow me to read it, because I think it's important. I should read this one, right, Asa? Yeah. And then when I'm done reading this one, basically it'll be 2 o'clock and the show will be over. This is what the Clippers put out seconds after the Raptors. Now, the Clippers look way more guilty because this one's way longer. For the past 10 months, our organization has fully cooperated with an NBA investigation, participating in dozens of interviews, providing tens of thousands of documents, and facilitating access to our staff. While the process has been challenging, we have remained committed to transparency. On June 30th, we reached an agreement in principle to trade Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors. We have since been informed that the trade can only be finalized if the Raptors ownership group assumes the risk of penalties related to Kawhi's contract that could theoretically result from the ongoing Aspiration investigation. The investigation is ongoing, and we expect the trade to be finalized following its conclusion. At the heart of this investigation are Joe Sandberg and Aspiration. We did not funnel money to Kawhi through Aspiration. Like many sophisticated investors, financial institutions, and business partners, we were victims of fraud initiated by Sandberg, who's been sentenced to 14 years in prison. They put that in the press release. We recognize the uncertainty this has created and the impact it has had on our team, our fans, the Raptors organization, their fans, and the players whose futures remain affected while the process continues. We remain confident that when the facts are evaluated fairly and thoroughly, the NBA will confirm exactly what we have said from the beginning. We have not done what we are accused of doing. Strong statement from the Clippers yesterday. 2 unprecedented statements from 2 NBA teams on a trade that Shams reported was done. And I got news for you. When Shams reports it, it's usually done. So everyone's head is spinning. Now, another one of my initial feelings on this in terms of Bobby Webster and the Raptors is it's unfair for the Raptors not to be given more of a heads up that Kawhi Leonard might be in severe trouble here, and he might either get suspended or his contract might be voided. And by the way, I love the notion online that people think Kawhi's going to be punished by having his contract voided, and then he's a full free agent. I got news for you. If his contract's voided, he's sitting a year. Are you dumb? You think the NBA is going to punish Kawhi by letting him become a complete free agent? Or my personal favorite, you know what? If his contract's voided by the NBA, I'm sure he'll sign with the Raptors for the mid-level exemption. Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. Really? Really? He'll just sign. He's making $50 million this year, 5-0. He's just going to sign with the Raptors for 1-5, and he'll be fine with that? Sure. Sure. Keep believing that. Keep believing that. But in terms of Bobby Webster, part of me's like, Bobby's not that dumb, right? Like, Bobby had to ask all the questions, and no one gave him a heads up. He goes through with the deal, or he wants to go through with the deal, and then just this week, the NBA goes, Bobby, listen, as a courtesy, just so you know, he might not play this season. I'm jumping on what the suspension could be, but this is unprecedented. If he's suspended for 2 weeks, you don't see this, okay? Let's get real about this. This is not going to be a 2-week, 1-month suspension for Kawhi Leonard, who was a massive part of this. Clippers are going to get hit too, but Kawhi would be the Raptors' problem. That's the connection. There's some people in this market who aren't that bright. Let me slow down when I say it. If you trade for that contract and the Kawhi contract is voided, that's a Raptors problem. Got me? Good. So I'm thinking, okay, Bobby got screwed over here. Bobby Webster, smart guy. Is he going to put himself in that kind of jeopardy where he looks like an idiot around the league, and especially to Ed Rogers and MLSE? Where he didn't do his due diligence on this? I am under the opinion, like yesterday, Bobby Webster got a call. Okay, it's getting serious with Kawhi. You better just understand what you're getting yourself into. That's what I thought the situation was. The reporting on this is now a little different. And Azzo brought this clip up to me as we were walking into the building today from Zach Lowe's podcast, that dropped late last night. Zach Lowe was in Vegas for Summer League, and Zach Lowe spoke to Howard Beckett, pretty good NBA reporter. Or sorry, Howard Beck, excuse me.
Beck, yeah.
Howard Beck. And Howard Beck is talking to Zach Lowe. According to Howard Beck and his reporting, none of this was a surprise to the Raptors. They just kind of chose to ignore it back on June the 30th. I pray this isn't true, what we're about to play for you from Lowe and Beck. If it is, I got some thoughts. Run it, Azza.
Fast forward to a couple weeks ago. They make the trade in principle. They agree, or they have the handshake deal. It comes out on June 30th. And all I could think today is, why didn't you know this on June 30th? If what caused you to pause it today was known to you then, why wouldn't you have just not gone into the deal, into that agreement then? What I've learned today, according to sources, is the Raptors and the NBA did have that conversation. The Raptors did do their due diligence. To their credit, they just simply apparently did not believe it enough, or were not convinced enough or concerned enough at that time to pause then. So they went ahead with the handshake deal. The trade gets leaked. We all know about it. The whole world knows about it. The whole world's expecting this to happen. The moratorium comes and goes. The deal is still not finalized. And when they finally get to the trade call, and the NBA is once again reminding them, we can't guarantee anything about Kawhi's contract or his availability, suddenly the Raptors get cold feet. And this is why I said a few minutes ago, I think they should be more embarrassed than anyone, because this is a decision they could have made, a week and a half ago. And it shouldn't have gotten to this point.
That was Zach Lowe's podcast yesterday. He was in Vegas. Howard Beck provided that reporting. According to Howard Beck, the Raptors thought they were too cool for school on this and just said, it's nothing. And they knew that something might be happening, and they didn't believe it. Go ahead.
I was just going to point out, Jeremy Burke in the chat says, Wendy said the same thing, stated on Hoop Collective that Raptors were all aware of risks a couple weeks ago. And then I know Michael Grange was on pregame yesterday and said the same thing. The NBA, here's his exact quote, the NBA advised the Raptors, without saying what the outcome of the investigation is, that they will assume the risk of whatever penalty is assigned to Kawhi Leonard.
Sorry, are we talking they knew back on June 30th or they knew like this week? Because there's two different stories there.
Right. No, that they knew.
But when did they know? My point is, Howard Beck's telling you they knew on June 30th there was something
Wendy
going on
said
and
the same
ignored.
thing.
And Wendy said the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty significant. Mario in the chat, Sid, I thought this was a walk. You were taking me on a very stressful hike right now. If Bobby Webster asked these questions and didn't think it was a big deal on June 30th, we have a major league problem in this city with the basketball team. Look, as Azzo and I kind of talked about last Wednesday, getting in bed with Kawhi is dangerous because he's messy. On the court, clean. There is messiness with doing business with Kawhi Leonard, as we know. And Bobby Webster blew through every warning sign possible. Investigations we all knew were happening. And kind of went all in on something that might be about to blow up in his face. Look, is there a world where no one gets any repercussions from this on the Raptors side and Kawhi skates? I don't buy it. The league office just told you heads up on his contract, so something's coming. I guarantee you the Clippers are going to get dinged because they deserve to. And quite frankly, so does Kawhi. But the Raptors and Bobby Webster made the decision to go right through all the red flags, all of them. First one being he didn't want you back in 2019 when you were in the administration. This is beyond embarrassing for the Toronto Raptors. Beyond. It's the Raptors who put the handbrake on the trade, not the league. The league gave him a courtesy. And I know some of you are thinking, oh, Larry Tannenbaum's still the head of the board of governors and that. He's out like in September. He's got no voice. Much like an MLSE for the past few years, Larry has no voice. So I don't expect much from Larry. This is amateur hour stuff from Bobby Webster here. I'm sorry. Amateur hour. I'm all for trying to make your team better. And if you saw an opportunity in the Eastern Conference, have a go with somebody. I'm all for that. Makes complete sense. There is an investigation from $1 billion a year law firm hanging over Kawhi and the Clippers. You didn't think that'd be a problem when you try to acquire him? No issues? None? You're the boss now, Bobby. You're the big man. No issues? Any red flags on how quickly the Clippers wanted to trade him to you? Any red flags on how quickly Kawhi wanted to re-sign in a market that he couldn't give a damn about? Any red flags there? No? No? Prediction time, and then I'll welcome back Azo into the conversation, and we'll dive into this chat. Is there a world Kawhi skates on this? I don't think so. Now, is there a world where he's suspended for half the season? Whatever. He was only going to play half the season anyway. Might actually work out for the Raptors. If you miss him for the entire year, fireable offense on Bobby Webster. If Kawhi Leonard is acquired by the Raptors and he's gone for the whole season, fireable offense. The Jakob Poeltl extension was a fireable offense. 4 years that kicks in this year. The guy can't play 20 minutes. The Brandon Ingram trade was a disaster by the end of that season. They can't get rid of Brandon Ingram fast enough. That was Bobby Webster. You know what? Some guys are maybe meant to be the number 2. Nothing wrong with that. Life's different when you're the number 1 guy running a team. Very different. I don't care where this goes. Bobby Webster has embarrassed MLSE. It's on Bobby. Kawhi is exactly who you thought he was. The Clippers have their own mess. That's on Bobby. And how MLSE reacts to that, Keith Pelly's going to be interesting. I don't think Pelly's pleased. So for PR purposes, do you push the trade through? If he's gone for half the season, do you still make that trade? I could see a world where the Raptors rationalize it, maybe. If his contract is voided, you have no idea what this is going to look like. There's no way the league are just going to say, Kawhi, you're a free agent, go wherever you want. And then Kawhi's going to sign for $15 million with the Raptors. What idiocy is that? Are you serious? There's a lot of people in this market who are like, I'm glad Masai's gone. And not everything Masai did hit. I understand that. Not everything was a home run. Things after 2019 got a little kind of 3-and-D and predictable. And do you like Scotty Barnes? Okay, he's working out. That's Masai, but whatever. Like, I know there wasn't a love fest with Masai on the way out. Aside from some pissiness with the Knicks here or there, that was like a little embarrassing, but not really. It was more funny. There was nothing like this on his watch. What the hell is this? Do you know how rare it is for a trade to basically be announced publicly? And when Shams does it, that's essentially what that is. And then all of a sudden it doesn't happen. That rarely happens in professional sports across the board. Is there a world where nothing happens here to Kawhi? I think there's a 10% chance Kawhi doesn't get suspended or have his contract rescinded. I think it's that low. If you want to believe otherwise, if you want to believe that Kawhi will re-sign with the Raptors for $15 million and everything's fine, sure. I don't. I think this was a hugely embarrassing story for the NBA. I think other owners are super pissed, and I think there's going to be a problem here for Kawhi and the Clippers. And if you're the Raptors and you're not intelligent enough to figure that out, that is a you problem. This was not hard to piece together. Jesus Christ. Jeff has a party. Good afternoon.
Quite the afternoon. Good story time there. Holy. This is drama, man. I don't understand. There's people in chat, Mike, saying making a mountain out of a molehill here. Like,
sure. Oh, yeah. Everything's going to be fine. The league just told you there's a suspension coming on Kawhi Leonard.
Or
everything's going to be fine.
You get him for that postseason. Dude, and that's my other thing. Everybody, and I get it. The league should be very embarrassed by all this. But people yelling about how long this investigation is taking, when investigation takes a lot longer than you thought.
Do you know what that means? Yeah. There's evidence.
That's what I'm saying.
There's like 10 months of evidence, bank statements, witnesses, you name it.
Or they could be
name it.
They could be uncovering more. And they could be getting their ducks in order to void the contract because they know the PA and people are going to have an issue with it. They're just getting their ducks in order for when they make the announcement.
Because listen, again, Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers, is worth like $150 billion. Right. If you do something to him, you better have your ducks in a row.
Yeah, exactly.
This Manhattan billion-dollar law firm spent last September to basically the end of May just collecting receipts and talking to witnesses. Then they talked to Kawhi. Then they talked to Uncle Dennis. You have to go through all of that paperwork? You don't think there's anything there? Do you know how bad this could be for Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers?
Yeah. Both. And people don't think Kawhi deserves anything. It's all on the Clippers.
That's the most ignorant thing I've ever heard in my life.
Like, I don't understand how people say that.
Oh, because I'm a Raptor fan, Kawhi's innocent. You can't spell aspiration, half of you. You don't know what this story is. You think Kawhi should skate? What is he going to do to you in the future, by the way? You think he cares about the Raptors? This guy's toxic. This guy's poison in your veins, man.
Not to mention Kyle making jokes about this. Well, this is serious investigation.
I still don't think he made a serious joke about that.
I think he did, and the league was like, "Hey, so you guys really think this is just going to be funny?"
I don't know.
Like it's so basically what happened here. They agreed to the trade. Bobby was told. Bobby comes from the league office. Like he knows people there.
Allegedly.
Well,
allegedly.
But he knows people there.
Yeah,
and then when
not enough.
No, but now that they're
Not
having,
enough.
because the other thing they said on that Zach Lowe show with Howard Beck was these teams have known this for 48 to 72 hours. They were given a heads up. That's why they had the statements ready to go yesterday. Because when they were filing
it felt like it was a yesterday write-up the statement day. You think they knew it that long?
That's what they said. They said that on the pod. They said these teams have kind of been sitting on
that's
this for
interesting.
about 48 hours. I agree. But I think it came down to they were filing for the paperwork, and the league's like, we're just double-checking. You're assuming all responsibility on this. Or when they started doing the paperwork, the Raptors got nervous. They got cold feet. Now they're back because it is. It's them who's holding it up. Why do you think the Clippers let them put out the first statement?
Hey, it's Cliffy in the chat. Think of the children, Sid. Think of the children. Actually, you know what, Azzo? Let me double back on that because that does add up.
Yes.
Because Kawhi is in the building on Tuesday and the league freaks out.
Agreed.
The league freaks out.
And Kyle drops the aspiration, whether he meant to or not, and everybody's laughing about it.
I don't know if I still don't know if he meant to do that.
But people took it as a joke. And you think the league doesn't hear the people saying, oh yeah, he made that joke, it's funny, ha ha ha. The league would have a problem with that.
Hack in the chat. Bobby Webster just said he'd rather be us than them.
That's very good. Very good.
I like that a lot.
You don't think the league knew they should have had this sorted before July 1st
Well,
or before free agency?
But they're not. But again, Azzo, thank you for bringing that up. We need to talk about this because there are a lot of people in this town who have no idea how this is working.
Right.
It is an independent law firm doing the investigation. It's on the law firm's terms. You know why it's on the law firm's terms? They need to see everything.
Exactly. But I'm saying for people who are blaming the NBA for it going past, it's not the NBA.
It's not the NBA.
Right. Thank you. That's all I want to say.
Uneducated people say it's the NBA.
Right.
It's
exactly.
a third-party investigation. That's what's going on here. Because if they go after Steve Ballmer, you better be right.
Yes, exactly. Or
Steve Ballmer has more money than God. You better be right on that.
Or you're getting to null a guy's contract. You better have your proof right there.
Even that could be more litigious.
Thank you.
100%.
That's all I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I think this screams more. We both knew the Clippers are going to get hammered in this, as they should.
DP in the chat. The aspiration thing from Kyle is a reach. I do agree with that.
Okay, but
I don't know why I'm still stuck on this, but I don't believe he did.
But you listen to some pods are saying that it was done on purpose, or the fact that he even
the ones
said
who
that.
do nothing but kiss Kyle's ass.
I know.
I know those pods in town.
But I'm saying if the league hears that and they think they're even making a joke about this, like this isn't really a joking matter, especially.
But I don't think it was. Again, where you and I disagree is I think it was just a visual of him there.
Yeah.
Because I think once again the Raptors screwed up. Whoever was directing that press conference showed Kawhi Way too much.
And celebrating.
Way too much.
Yes.
There were pictures taken, putting them up. Are you guys that dumb? Are you that dumb to like?
It's not official.
This looks so half-assed for the Toronto Raptors. I can't even begin to describe it. Just keep Kawhi out of the building.
Again, Beck was very adamant about the Raptors should be the most embarrassed by all this, and I kind of agree with him.
Chris in the chat. So Grady Dick is back? Right now, Grady Dick is still a Raptor.
He's still open to trades, though.
He's still a Raptor.
Still open to being.
Now, was there a moment in Summer League last night between Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes?
I missed that.
I think they just dapped each other up.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm sure this will motivate Brandon Ingram, too, to come back.
They see in the chat, Steve Ballmer will just drag this out in court. Well, but okay, that doesn't help Kawhi Leonard if he's suspended for a year.
But again, if these guys are getting their ducks in order and having all the proof right there.
Guys, listen. The only argument Kawhi can make is if he blames everything on Uncle Dennis, which is why he fired him this week. That's his only move. Good luck with that, considering the paper trail.
But it's still a breach of his contract, what he was doing.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, well, hear me out. Listen to what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
If you have plausible deniability, if you're Kawhi and say, well, it was my family member.
It's the Shohei and his interpreter.
It's the Shohei and the interpreter.
Right. No, 100%. I get what you're saying. But it's still Kawhi's contract that he's circumventing.
There's way too much evidence for Kawhi to run from it.
Right.
Way too much. So the Raptors have to think about this. And by the way, for the record, for everyone saying it's going to be fine, the Raptors made the decision to hold off on the deal.
Right, for a reason.
So do the Raptors think it's fine? Because if the Raptors thought it was fine, they would have made the trade.
They would have gone ahead.
If the Raptors thought it was fine, the trade is made last night.
They signed off on it.
What's going on, guys? Explain that to me, Johnny Explains.
That's what I mean.
What is going on there?
They got cold when the league said to them, hey, you sure about this? They said, no, wait. They wouldn't sign it. They wouldn't sign off on taking responsibility for
100%. None of this adds up. It didn't add up in the pursuit. It doesn't add up now. And there are people trying to explain this off for the Raptors who are idiots, who have no idea what they're doing. And they're all going to look bad when this goes to, you know what? Guys, walk away from this. I urge people in this business, you got to stop carrying water for the Raptors. They're about to get destroyed on this.
And you're going to sign this guy to an extension. Cool. How's that going to go? Like, it just screams.
My God. VK in the chat, best guess when we get the final ruling. Board of Governors meeting in Vegas next Tuesday.
Week, yeah.
Next Tuesday. Circle your calendar. Turn on your Shams notifications. Next Tuesday. I'm guessing all the other pissed off owners will rubber stamp something on the Clippers and Kawhi. We'll find out. Is there a world where the Raptors have the trade go through and Kawhi's ready for camp? I don't buy it for 1 second.
Bobby already nixed the deal, Sid. Relax. Mike in the chat. No, he didn't.
No,
it's
he
on
didn't.
hold.
The deal. See, the Raptors did the most cowardly thing possible.
Exactly.
They didn't pick either way.
Yep. They're waiting.
They just paused everything like they're watching a video on YouTube.
So they can't even explore other things.
No, they can't.
You're bang on.
Like the Raptors did the dishonorable thing and said, well, we still like Kawhi, but we're just going to hold off and we're just going to see. They didn't make a decision either way. Either say the deal's not going or we push it through anyway. We want this player. Neither happened. Bobby Webster is scared you-know-what-less right now. Scared. He looks like he doesn't have a handle on this, just like he looked for the Jakob Poeltl extension and the Brandon Ingram trade. He looks like he can't handle it. What is coming up around the bend here for the Raptors and Bobby Webster?
And agree. If you believe, like, Bobby did come from the league office. No matter what he did and what he knows, like, fine. He would have somebody there who gives him a heads up. So the fact he got cold feet on this scares me even more. Somebody might have said, hey.
Maybe. Make a relax in the chat. Hold on. Is the deal still good pending Raptors approval? Yes. The league stopped nothing, guys. It was the Raptors who realized their own ineptitude and said, okay, whoa. Like, we have to carry all legal penalties here for Kawhi, not for the Clippers. No. Only a moron would suggest they carry it for the Clippers.
Right.
But it does relate to the Clippers because the Clippers want their draft picks.
They're signed off on it. The
Clippers need these picks. If the Clippers get dinged the way we think they're going to, they're going to need those picks.
Yep.
So the Raptors are kind of involved in everything. It's the Raptors who stopped this yesterday.
100%.
The Raptors got a call from the league. If the Raptors are the ballsy organization that they want us to believe they are under Bobby Webster, they could have done it. Guess what? They didn't.
Again,
why?
It's why they put out
Why
the
didn't
statement
they?
first. They had to put out the statement first. Everybody was waiting on that.
Giacomo in the chat. Deep due diligence strikes again.
How pissed is Keith Pellet?
Keith's not happy on this.
I can't be.
Keith's not happy
When you're
at all
preaching
about this.
about doing due diligence on everything and value.
And according to Howard Beck, you were told something was up and you said, no big deal on June 30th.
Until it came time to sign off. Yeah.
What?
And I trust Howard Beck he's in New York. He has people, he's been around this game for a long time. He gets a lot, and he doesn't just say stuff to say stuff. And Windy too. If Windy said that on Hoop Collective, I'm going to go listen to that next. I totally believe it. It seems, I heard Mark Stein said he couldn't get a clear answer on if they were given an answer or not, if the Raptors were given a heads up. It sounds like people are being told now they were.
Yeah, I'm Jordan in the chat. Kawhi Leonard will be suspended for a year. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm leaning there.
It feels that way.
For the league to reach out twice to tell you something's going on.
To make sure you understood.
This is not a month suspension. The Raptors would welcome a month suspension. That's his load management. It's fine. What is coming on this suspension for Leonard? He's not skating.
No, I agree.
The Clippers couldn't wait to trade him. The league is telling the Raptors twice, you better watch out with this guy. And Bobby Webster's just, he's like, remember Homer is, they're in church and Marge turns to Homer and says, I wonder what he's thinking right now. And Homer's like, hey, no, but that's fine. But hey, listen, the novelty contract for Lowry looked great, guys. It looked great. You did a great job this week. Great job. Great job.
But again, it's even worse on the perception. If you're like, yeah, deal's done. Here, sign off on it. I don't want to.
Cole brings up an interesting point, Azo. What if this happens? Is this a bad thing or a good thing for the Raptors? Kawhi gets a 42-game suspension.
Yeah, but
he's not playing most of the season.
I know, and you get him back for the playoffs.
He's 35.
You get him for the playoffs. It might actually help you.
Like, that's the only part of this where I'm like, okay, Bobby will get away with it.
Are you okay with everything you gave up for that? Because you still get him for the playoffs?
Yeah, because you just want him for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now, do you think the Raptors, without Brandon Ingram for most of the regular season, are a top 6 team in the East? I'm not convinced. You still need to score. Yeah. It's the NBA.
Yeah, no,
like,
you're right.
It just can't be a lot of Jacoby Walter.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Like, you got to kind of, not that they can't score, but like, I'm not an Emmanuel Quickley guy. I'm not his biggest fan. Hopefully RJ can continue to stay hot off that postseason. RJ Barrett, if he's still with the team, was amazing. I don't know. Are the Raptors a top 6 team without Ingram and with only half of Kawhi next season?
Christopher brings up guaranteed playoffs. Like, are they a guaranteed playoff team without those guys for half?
I'm just saying. I don't know.
Yeah, either do I.
Like, do you want to roll?
They fought their way in this.
Do you want to roll the dice and be like a play-in team in that context? I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, it's true.
That's a dicey proposition too.
You're right.
Scotty can't carry that scoring load. I don't think. I hope he can. He showed. He had glimpses in the playoffs where he could.
Did.
He was unbelievable.
Without Ingram.
But is that sustainable? I don't want to put that on Scotty.
Not for a full season.
He's never been that guy in the regular season. Maybe he can be. I hope Scotty. I'm a Scotty Barnes fan.
Yeah.
Maybe he can be.
We all are, for sure.
Jack in the chat. What if Kawhi throws everyone a curveball and just retires?
I like that.
No, but he's going to make the NBA has to do so. That's $50 million this season. He's
crazy.
The NBA, he's not walking away from that. I'll tell you that right now. He is not walking around from that.
A lot of people seem to be okay if it's of half a season.
Listen, there's a part of me that is okay with it. I still think it's tricky for the Raptors to be a top 6 team.
Of course. I hate that he kind of gets that, though.
The Darsh in the chat, good reason to bring DeMar back. DeMar's still out there, right?
Yeah, he is.
How about 42 games of DeMar?
Yeah, why not? On a vet minimum.
And 42 games of Kawhi Leonard.
There you go.
I don't mind that. I hate how this looks for the Raptors. I'm sorry. I hate how this looks for the Raptors. It felt weird from the word go, and there were folks in the city who just didn't care, including Bobby Webster.
Yeah.
I could not believe the reaction to this in the city. It's like no one has listened to Pablo Torre in their life. They haven't read a story on Aspiration in their life. They're clueless about basketball outside of the city. Like clueless. It's disappointing. I thought this was a better basketball city than that, if I'm being honest.
Or just the love for Kawhi, given like he's showing you, and to your point, he just left you last time. He's using you this time, and you're just going to welcome this guy and celebrate this guy coming back?
I listen, just for those reasons alone, I'm with it.
It's weird.
Ray Bay in the chat. We still have love for DeMar. It's true.
Of course.
The Drake thing is going to be weird.
I can't believe people are actually taking Drake's side on that.
Kelvin in the chat. Ask ChatGPT what it thinks will happen. Somebody in the chat do that. Like, seriously. I don't have ChatGPT like that. But somebody in the chat, if you could, ask it what's going to happen with Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors. The league told the Raptors something so damning, the Raptors were forced to put out a release on their own letterhead saying, we screwed up, we're not doing the trade right now. Do you know how embarrassing that is for an organization?
Yeah. Oh, it is.
The Clippers by now are used to putting out press releases on Aspiration. They're good at it.
After, to your point, it's said to be agreed upon. You have the guy in your building.
He's in the building.
And then said, whoa, maybe not. It's a very strange look. Again, I don't think anybody looks good in this. The league, the Clippers, the Raptors, nobody looks good in it.
Mario in the chat. ChatGPT just told me to do my due diligence. I like that a lot.
But Kawhi's getting like there are people in here. Shady McGuire in the chat. The investigation will be concluded with no wrongdoing on the part of Kawhi.
You are a flat out moron if you think that's the case.
I mean,
the Raptors just stopped their own trade. You really believe there's nothing coming down on Kawhi Leonard? Because the Clipper stuff's irrelevant to the Raptors. Whatever happens to the Clippers is the
No,
Clippers.
of course. I can't believe people are even
guys, you have to recalibrate. Sorry.
Kawhi still took advantage.
You guys are in for a big shock on this one. I don't think Kawhi Leonard is playing for the Raptors this season. That was stunning to see yesterday. I could not believe it. The Raptors themselves were made to put the announcement out. Wow.
Yes, exactly.
Stacy did put it through on ChatGPT. You want to read it?
Yeah, sure.
Most likely, about 60 to 70%, the trade will eventually go through. The NBA appears to have paused the transaction. Well, that's wrong. It's the Raptors who paused it because it didn't want the Raptors inheriting unknown legal or competitive consequences this is ChatGPT, if the Clippers are later found to have violated league rules. The Clippers violating league rules have no bearing on Kawhi's suspension.
Right.
We've been through this. The key line is that the NBA expects the investigation to conclude in the coming weeks. I'm guessing by next Tuesday at the Board of Governor meetings in Vegas. That suggests the league believes it's close to making a determination rather than starting from scratch. Okay. Thank you, Stacy, for a little ChatGPT. I get some errors in there from ChatGPT. Because
you can't trust it.
You're going to get that with AI. It's true. Can't trust it.
What's Humza Tarani saying? Maybe he calculated the risk and said, no, not worth it. Hold on. Put a hold on that thing.
Here's a VK in the chat with an interesting question, because I haven't even contemplated this one that much. What punishment do you think the Clippers and Ballmer get?
Oh, man. That's going to be severe.
This law firm has accumulated evidence for months on the Clippers. I think the Clippers are in... At least 5 draft picks are gone.
Oh.
And it's draft picks they can't afford, which is why they wanted this deal to go through with the Raptors. At least 5. Part of me thinks they won't be allowed to make a player transaction for 2 or 3 years. Severe. Because this is the moment you have to send a message to everyone else. Mm-hmm. These podcasters will find out. Don't even try it. That's what I love about what Pablo Torre did with this story. And if any of you haven't heard this or watched it, boy, do I recommend it. Especially in this moment. If you're a Raptors fan and you haven't been paying attention, please go pay attention. Because the evidence is in plain sight just from what was given to Pablo Torre's team. Never mind what Wachtell, Lipton, Rosen, and Katz, the law firm in New York, have. Never mind that. Because that's a whole nother layer of access that they can have.
I wondered if the penalty could kind of coincide with Kawhi's contract, like when they signed him and all the time that he was with them.
Somebody in the chat, Bobby made his first mistake, said, no, Jakob Poeltl was a mistake. And in hindsight, Brandon Ingram was a mistake because you're trading Brandon Ingram. It's 3 mistakes.
But this is a pretty big one with egg on your face.
This is.
But you know,
I didn't see this with Masai, man. They didn't all work out with Masai, but I didn't see this with Masai. This is an embarrassment to MLSE. Embarrassment. And if the reporting is correct that on June 30th, the league tried to kind of nudge Bobby in that direction and he was too cool for school on it, whoa. Whoa.
It also explains why the Clippers were like, yeah, sure, we'll take that. Sign it. Let's go. Deal. Because you would think more teams would have got involved.
Mike in the chat, good question. Who's paying the law firm? It's the NBA.
They have to.
Yeah.
Because it's an investigation about their league, right?
You know why? Because the NBA needs all the evidence on Ballmer they can get. Steve Ballmer has actually come into this league and helped it a lot.
Yeah.
There was a racist owner running the Clippers, and they needed a quick owner in there to give a different vibe. And Steve Ballmer actually did a lot.
Built them their own arena.
Oh, new arena.
Everything.
Like, he's hilarious, but he also has helped out the league greatly. And that thing with Sterling and the Clippers back in the day, that was Adam Silver's, like, first 6 months on the job.
Yeah, right away.
After David Stern was gone.
And to
there's a real tight. I guess what I'm trying to say is this is complicated between Silver and Steve Ballmer.
But that's
very complicated.
That's what makes me curious if they're trying to put a bit more on Kawhi too. Take some of it off Ballmer,
100%.
put a little bit more on
100%.
That's what scares me about Kawhi. Like they can split the blame a bit more evenly instead of just putting it all on Ballmer.
It's a great point.
Right?
It's a great point.
But you know, I pictured this when in MLSE offices yesterday. Keith probably got the Prescott thing to sign off on, and he was like, "Hey, Bobby, what's this?"
I saw that in the chat a couple times.
Oh, did you?
I saw that.
No.
Hey, Bobby, what's this?
Sorry, whoever I stole that from.
No.
I didn't see
You didn't
it.
know. You didn't know you were
I
stealing.
didn't see it. That's. I don't know if people don't think it's this big story. Just the drama of it all.
This mid-level exemption with Kawhi, I can't wrap my head around it. And the Raptors. That is quite the theory to me. Quite the theory.
And your whole, like, to your point, going on, like, just putting it all on hold doesn't allow you to chase or do anything else for this team right now.
But remember what has to happen for that mid-level to be, like, Kawhi's contract will have had to be voided.
Yeah.
Voided. Like, when's the last time an NBA contract was voided?
But that could be the only reason the Raptors completely back out of this now, right? Like, they're going to look bad either way.
Oh, 100% they're going to look bad either way.
Like,
That's my point.
They look bad just putting it on hold.
Oh, it was Joe Smith. Do you remember the Joe Smith situation with Minnesota?
Kinda.
In October of 2000, like Joe Smith basically signed 2 different deals simultaneously with Minnesota. One was super cheap on the cap, and then they had this other like $21 million one on the side, and the league found out about it, and they voided the contract.
And that's another thing. Just Raptor fans celebrating, wanting to sign this guy to an extension even after this.
Raptor fans, you still want this to go through? Like, seriously? Seriously. You have no idea what's around the corner, but you're like, to hell with it. Seriously? Okay. It's up to you. Dude.
That was so shocking. And we were all wondering why. Like, I was ready to come on here and say, why is this being delayed so much? Are they trying to involve other teams to get another piece? And no, now we know why. Like, because it's been over a week and it hadn't been made official yet.
There's a lot of Raptor fans in this chat right now who are like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
I noticed that.
Wow.
At least he wasn't gambling. That's what Gala said.
But this is dumber to me. Like, there's a part of me that understands, like, how much money does Kawhi Leonard have in his life?
Yeah, exactly.
You need another $2 million check from Aspiration?
Seriously.
Like, seriously? Like, people involved in gambling or have vices or get like or get involved with the wrong group of people. Like, I can see how that can happen. People can put themselves in bad spots that way. This is a guy. Do you want to? I'm going to look up how much money Kawhi Leonard has made.
After 15 seasons, he's closing in on $376 million.
$376 million. And you put it all in jeopardy to get an extra $2 million through a tree company?
And not a good company. Like a pretty.
Like, that's crazy to me.
I agree.
The gambling thing, I understand more. I thought the Raptors were better than this.
Yeah.
I did. I thought the Raptors were significantly better than this.
And double down, like you said, then you just double down and sign off. Like something happened.
If Bobby Webster's the tough guy, then put the trade through.
Yes.
Put the trade through, Bobby.
That's why I don't understand how Raptor fans aren't freaking out. Like,
hey, Raptor fans, good point. Good point. Everything's fine. Bobby, put the trade in. No? Not going to do it? Why not? Everything's fine according to Raptor fans in the city. Put the trade through. Why not? Nope? Okay. This is crazy.
it really is.
Like,
it's some drama, though. Like, I'm here for it. Not with the Raptors. I don't like it's the Raptors, but.
this is, I want to read this because I want to address this. Doomster in the chat. Sid, I don't know why you're the biggest hater. You get excited to hate. You did the same thing after Canada soccer lost in the World Cup. Here's what I don't like. Like you need to understand a little something about me. And I've never really talked about this on air. I don't like stupidity. I don't cover up for it. I don't condone it. I don't turn the other way on it. I don't like stupidity. And in the media market in this country at times, we let it go. I don't like letting it go because it's wrong to let it go. They don't do that in New York. They don't do that in Boston. They don't do that in Montreal with that hockey team. They don't do it in Los Angeles. They don't do it in Chicago. Doesn't happen in those markets. I don't like doing it here because it happens way too much in this market and others in this country. I don't like stupidity. If you like stupidity, enjoy your Friday. This is the stupidest thing I've seen in a while. You must be having a great day. I don't like it. And until someone stops paying me to call it out, I'm going to call it out. That's why I get paid. Because very few people in this country do what I do. We had someone after the Canada soccer thing get a hold of us and say, boy, I don't think Alphonso Davies is coming on your show for a while. I don't give a damn if he comes on the show again. Do you understand that? Do you understand how pointless athlete interviews are?
Technically, he didn't even come on.
Didn't come on. We couldn't even run it.
We couldn't run it. That's what happened.
I wipe my ass with that type of content.
Because of something he said.
We did someone a favor with that.
And what stopped it from happening or showing it was something he said, not us. That's even the crazier part.
If you want a show that kisses everyone's ass, there's plenty out there. Guys, and I don't fault you. If you want to listen to all the shows, God bless you. Support all independent programming. I am not going to sit here and carry water for people who aren't smart enough for me to carry it.
And here's the other thing. When you say you do what you do, all that research he just told you leading up to the story, people were saying, hurry up. You guys didn't know. Half of you didn't know most of that. Like, it is a breakdown of this all seeing and what you're not opening your eyes to. I'm sorry.
True.
Like, you fans, I get it. You want to be fans. You want Kawhi back because maybe we'll run it back, get another championship. But all that stuff he said are facts. And if you're not looking at that, then you're going to get bit again.
And I'm not for everybody.
No. And
I know that.
You hope it works out.
I'm not for everybody. But I can tell you there are companies in this country who follow every word we say here. I don't think that. I know it. And until someone stops paying me to be honest, I will continue to be honest. If that's not for everyone, I get it. I looked at my bank account the other day. It's for some people.
But an opinion based on research, again, not just jumping on and reacting and saying stuff. Yes, you have your reactionary parts, of course. That's what part of this is good. But you've watched a lot, you read a lot.
But the attitude of I like the Leafs, Raptors, and Jays, and I will never attack them, so you shouldn't either. Guys, that's not why I get paid.
Right, and that's not why we're here.
And I get paid.
You don't think we want the Jays to go on another World Series run? Like, come on.
I'm not in my basement here with Azzo. Like, we're doing things a little differently here. I listen, and there are people in the chat going, Sid, what do you expect? I don't expect much else. I love people who hate my guts who listen every day to the show. I do. Believe it or not, I do. But once in a while, I have to explain my role. And it's increasing in this country. There are teams who strictly want you to carry their water. Strictly. Do you know how dangerous that is? Do you know how dangerous that is? Jesus Christ. It's 1:35, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Mega me in the chat. I bet Azzo's basement is nice. Ray Bay
It's
in
not
the
a Sid basement, but
No.
that's all right.
I like my basement.
I know you do.
You've
You have a
seen my
nice
basement.
basement.
Ray Bay in the chat. Sid isn't like the rest. That's why we appreciate him.
No, but you can't just say.
I'm not going to read a bunch of compliments. There's a few. I appreciate all of you. I just want to read one. Thank you for that.
But my thing is, go through that argument and go through the story you just told. Find the misconceptions. Don't just say you're a hater for pointing this out. Kawhi
Yeah,
is leftist.
what am I wrong about? The Raptors had a chance to make a trade and they didn't. So what were they told? What were they told?
Exactly.
What were they told? Bobby Webster, tough guy Bobby Webster. Make the trade today. Make the trade today. Go ahead.
Your
Make the
Raptors are
trade
holding
today.
it up.
Why
Bobby
won't you
Web-
make the trade today?
Exactly.
Go ahead. Make the trade today, B-Dub. Go create another one-day contract, bring it out on an easel. Go ahead. Well, let's do it today. Make the trade today, Bobby. Get out of here.
And you're going to trust this guy who last time he wouldn't sign with you because you wouldn't give him shares of a company that he couldn't get, which is crazy.
We were the only show in Canada last Wednesday to tell you this was weird. No one else did it. No one. No one to our extent. Let's just tell it the way it is. You can disagree with me on whatever. But at times, we got to tell it the way it is. This is one of the most embarrassing moments in Raptors franchise history. And I know you hate that, but it's true.
And it's not our fault. We're just pointing
It's
it
true.
out. And we didn't agree to the trade. We didn't back out of it.
I think you have to make the trade.
Yeah, you do now.
I think Bobby looks worse not making the trade.
Agreed.
If
That's
you're going to
what
go
I'm
down, if you're going to be running the Titanic into the iceberg, make the trade.
If it's a 42
You're
game
running it.
suspension, you have to. Like I said, short of them nulling the contract and it being out for a year, you have to make this trade now, or you look awful.
It's true.
You do.
I agree.
Unless they void the contract, which they might do. I love how people say there's no way because he deserves that $50 million. He's that kind of player in the NBA.
Deserves.
But this is beyond that.
Do you know how mad NBA owners were at that Pablo Torre story?
Yeah. Oh,
Do you have any idea?
of course.
By the way, you know what's also crazy about that is the Raptors should be like right near the top of the angry teams because they get screwed over in free agency all the time. And they got screwed over by Kawhi.
Yep.
Yet the Raptors are indulging this. And MLSE is indulging this, which is so ass backwards, I can't even begin to describe it.
Welcoming him back
Like, how does that happen?
to sign an extension again.
This cap circumvention has been holding you back in free agency forever. Forever. Teams have been doing it forever. The Raptors can't get a sniff on that. And you're going to welcome back the guy who basically spearheaded the biggest example of that? He asked for, like, reportedly ownership of the Leafs to circumvent the cap. And you're like, come on back? Have some self-respect, for God's sake. Jesus Christ. Have some self-respect. A little, Raptors. Just a touch.
He kind
It's pathetic.
kind of forced you to start rebuilding after you won a championship with him. Again, you said it in that clip we ran. You won a championship with this team and didn't want to run it back.
Flippin' A in the
With a
chat.
really good team.
Sid Stroll has gone on so long. The ad spots are joining the Santander update. That's from Flippin' A. Hey, Azzo.
Hey,
Great time of year.
it's an interesting time of year. I'll give you that.
Is Kawhi joining the Raptors on a Betway? Like, can you go on Betway? I'm just asking. Puck drops, tip-offs, first pitches. When the game is on, you call the shots. Head to betway.ca and bet your way. Must be 19 plus. Play responsibly. Hey, Azzo.
Hey, is that a blue or gray shirt you're wearing? Where's it from?
I think it's red.
Oh.
Clothing for today's show provided by Ed's Fine Imports, Markham, Ontario's #1 clothing store for the last 20 years. Formal, casual, they've got you covered. Brands like Psycho Bunny, Blue Industry, Page Jeans, Nobis, Gitch, Bugatti, Paul Batenley, 7 Downey Street, Tommy Bahama, and so much more. Ed's Fine Imports, just north of McCown in the 407. Go in person or go to edsfineimports.com online. Tell them Sid sent you and get 15% off your first purchase. Tell them Mazzo sent you. They'll let you acquire Kawhi Leonard.
Your transaction will be on hold.
Until the NBA tells you can't get Kawhi Leonard.
Yes, exactly.
No, until the NBA says if you get Kawhi Leonard, you better beware.
You're signing off on taking this
You're
guy.
signing off.
Wait, what?
Can you imagine going to a car lot?
Dude.
And being this close to buying a car, but then the salesperson looks at you and goes, listen, I just want to ask you something. Do you want brakes that work on the car? If that's important to you, hold off. Like, how unsettling is that? You're about to buy a car, and a salesman goes in, listen, just so you know, if it smells like a dead body in the trunk.
But just sign off.
I mean, it's there, and I think you should be aware of it. And anything that happens over the next 3 weeks is litigiously your responsibility. What?
Hack
That's unsettling.
Hack 79 in the chat. Seems like the claw doesn't follow the law. I kind of like that.
Claw doesn't follow the law. I like it. That's pretty good.
Wait, okay. Anyway.
Graceful shutdown in the chat. Hey, just so you know, trade is a decoy. There's a lot of decoy talk in this chat right now.
Why is Bobby getting so? Here's a comment in the chat. Why was Bobby Webster getting so much grief? Pelly is making these decisions, not Bobby.
No, Pelly's not doing anything.
Pelly might be the reason. Like, we're doing what?
Bobby
For this guy?
Bobby is making a recommendation. So that's how Bobby's responsible in the corporate world. Just so you know how that works, guys. Someone other than Pelly is going to be a fall person for something like this.
Well,
I guarantee you.
Pelly's making Bobby do the due diligence on this, and apparently he didn't.
Mm-hmm. Was Bobby's name on that press release yesterday?
That's a great question.
No, there was no name on the press release. Statement from the Raptors. It could be a lot of people involved in that. Chris in the chat, the Raptors are going to buy a dragon on a stick to cover this up.
They need one.
Jacqueline in the chat, Pelly definitely has no clue what's going on. Yeah, and so he'll be fine on this. But I'm like, again, guys, now I'm looking at the whole Bobby Webster thing in its totality. What are we talking about here? That Jakob Poeltl deal is a disaster already, and it's starting this season.
To your point, you have to flip Ingram right away.
Right away. Ingram couldn't stay past one season. You couldn't count on him enough in the postseason.
He bailed on you in the postseason.
Like, I don't know, man. What are we talking about with Bobby Webster? What are we talking about? Sometimes number twos should stay number twos. You know what I mean?
But you got to give him a chance. You got the chance. We'll see. And hey, this guy will work out. Maybe Kawhi comes, even if it's for half a season in the playoffs.
I mean, maybe.
But to think Kawhi's getting nothing out of this is, I think.
Oh, that's an insane take that Kawhi Leonard's not going to get dinged as well. That's an insane take. Because if he wasn't, then the Raptors would have put the trade through.
Agreed on that. Yep.
That is, to say Kawhi's probably not going to get anything is the dumbest thing I've ever heard
Or
in my
that
life.
he doesn't deserve it.
Or that he doesn't
It's
deserve
even
it.
worse.
Doesn't deserve it. Shut up. Trashed Paradise in the chat. At this rate, Sid is going to be talking about Kawhi until kickoff between Belgium and Spain. Yep. Another quarterfinal thing. Boy, did France look good yesterday.
Yeah.
Boy, did France look good yesterday against a Morocco team. That's no joke. But Morocco were missing Sabari, their striker. Like, it was tough. It's going to be tough for Morocco. But my problem is everyone's saying, oh, France, who's going to stop France? You know who? Argentina. It's like Argentina plays, everyone forgets about France. France plays, everyone forgets about Argentina. Guys.
They're on a collision course.
Who saw that train coming, Keith Pelly? Everybody. Because they met in the last 2 World Cups, and it's been dramatic every time. I'm not willing to denounce the chances of either France or Argentina. Although I don't like the ankle thing with Mbappe at the end of the game. I don't like having to leave that game. Leaving Olise on the field with a yellow was insane by Didier Deschamps. I didn't understand why he did that. That was crazy.
You see this comment from Jacqueline?
Shoot.
Guys, you got to look at the pic that Pelly posted of the new Leafs they acquired. Corey Perry is in the graphic. I guess he thought it was Radish. Where did he post this? That can't be right.
Is that on Leafs? Let me just go to Leafs
know,
Leafs official social media.
Why would she say Pelly posted it? How do we know that?
Hold on. Let's backtrack here.
Or Jacqueline, just tell us where you've posted it.
No, I didn't see that. It's not on any of their Twitter accounts or anything like that. Because that's amazing. If the Leafs put Corey Perry in one of their social media posts, that's pretty good. I mean, he's available.
Oh, he said Dangle. Apparently, Dangle was on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sorry, like Keith Pelly's private social media?
I have no idea. That's what I'm curious about. Okay, we'll look into this.
Yeah.
Thanks for the heads up.
I don't know. All right, shout out to Dangle for finding that.
Yeah. That's hilarious if that's true.
Sorry, hold on.
Maybe not the worst thing happened to Charles.
Hold on. Let me look up Keith Pelly.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I can't find Keith Pelly.
I'm going to just look up Leafs Corey Perry.
Yeah, do that.
Can't find any. Anyways, we'll look into it. Well, maybe if
that's Monday's show.
Yep, sure is.
That is Monday's show.
That's hilarious. Everybody's saying, yeah, it's real.
Okay, hold on here. Okay, I'm seeing it. Do you think Steve would mind if we just played his clip on it? Yeah. I don't think he would.
But that's hilarious. I missed that.
So I don't know. I don't know exactly. Again, the audio's not up on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone in making this graphic for Pelly thought Corey Perry as a Lightning was Darren Radish.
No.
They have Roslovic, they have Nick Paul, they have Bobrovsky, and they have Corey Perry.
Hey, MLSE, let's just relax for a bit.
Sorry, hold on. Is Kawhi Leonard in this photo too? Oh, that's funny.
This is spiraling quickly for MLSE this week.
Hey, MLSE, just put the phones down for a second.
Please.
Put the phones down, MLSE. Wow. That's funny. Shout out Dangle for that. I missed that.
And the chat.
That's really good.
I missed that too. That's really good.
I love Steven.
Is Michael Hagee in there?
Is Michael Hagee?
Giorgio in the chat just put that.
Oh, man. That's funny.
That's crazy, dude. MLSE, not a good week. Oh, my God.
MLSE are just hammered right now, just drunk.
Yeah. Just
Stop it, guys.
Look at this instead and not getting it right. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's...
What are you going to wrap
Actually,
up?
well, this is... Hold on. Ryan in the chat explains what happened. That's why you have to be careful using ChatGPT to make trade images in NBA trades.
Fair enough.
ChatGPT really feels like it made that image. It really does.
I could see that. And James in the chat with the obvious. Corey Perry's just a true decoy.
Yes, he
is. That's it.
Corey Perry is a Leaf, though. That's a story.
That is a story.
He's not a Leaf, for the record.
That would be a story.
Keith Pelly's graphic.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Strike two this week, MLSE.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Vinny in the chat. This team's worth over $3 billion. Come on, man.
Yeah, right?
Come on, man.
That basically sums it up.
That's pretty good.
Like somebody doesn't check that knows this stuff.
Like
I can't believe that.
Keith Pelly welcomes all the new members of the team, and there's a picture of Martin St. Louis in a Tampa Bay.
Our new coach.
Our new coach, Martin St. Louis.
Anyway.
It's a picture of Daniel Alfredson in uniform.
Good job,
our new associate coach.
Oh my God, that made my day.
Okay, I don't like this. This isn't exactly going along with what we're talking about. JC in the chat. Azzo is by far the hottest guy in podcasting.
Thanks, JC.
That's not true.
That's
okay.
I'm gonna leave that up for a while.
Have you seen his ears?
I thought you were gonna go for the easy
Actually,
nose joke.
No one's seen your ears because you wear headphones every show.
It's true.
His ears are
my ears.
His ears are stupid and ugly.
Would ruin it.
Dumb ears. I'm wound up very tight on this Raptors story. I don't know if you can tell. Wound very tight.
But as you should be. It's just the flags are there.
Sean in the chat, as was the hottest ears on YouTube.
So it seems like it's an internal email a lot of people were telling us.
That's even better. It wasn't meant for public consumption. And I love how they're all sending it to Dangle right now.
But somebody sent it out. Yeah. Dude. Anyway. And you're winning the off, like you've had a good off season. Just
I mean, I think they've had a good offseason.
yeah, that's true. That's fair.
Let's see.
You gotta
The
give
core of the Leafs, by the way, guys, John Tavares is still going to play minutes for you. So let's just, everyone, let's see how it goes.
On
right?
your second line, most
Yes.
likely. On your second line.
John Tavares, after not winning a gold at his 5th straight World Hockey Championship.
Oh, man.
Wow. So I'm under the impression, we'll wrap it up this way, Azo, because then we want to get to just a few other things. I'm under the impression we're not going to hear another. We might hear some juicy reporting. That's different. Because again, Azo was listening to Zach Lowe today, and I'm like, that's amazing on the Raptors.
Right?
I mean, amazing in terms of like juice.
Dude, he came in hot about how embarrassed they should be, and Zach Lowe tried to talk him off it.
Raptors getting laughed at.
And then he
Raptors
said
getting
that,
laughed at.
and I'm like, yeah, he's kind of right.
I don't think we're hearing anything else until next Tuesday, the Board of Governors meetings in Vegas, and look out next Tuesday. This feels like it's coming to a head. If the law firm Wachtell, Lipton, Rosen, and Katz are done their investigation, They might not be. They've been doing this since September of last year. Well, how much evidence do they have, man?
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
That's the problem people don't, like an investigation can take you in different directions. You can uncover even more things maybe. Like I would be more worried. The longer the investigation goes, the more worried and concerned I'd be.
You know what good lawyers and prosecutors always say when you have a mountain of evidence? They're like, get me some more. Like lockdown case.
And to your point,
get me some more.
The fact they waited so long to talk to Kawhi and Uncle Dennis means, and you're right, they have the answers before.
That to me is the most damning thing I've seen in this whole thing.
You're bang on with that.
They waited from September to the end of May, this law firm, to talk to everyone, to look at a bunch of transfer receipts. Then they invite in Uncle Dennis and Kawhi.
Yeah. Yeah, when you said that, it's so true.
How one-sided was that discussion?
Mm-hmm.
They have all the answers, and they're going to ask you the questions.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck. Wow.
Yeah.
Raptors gal in the chat. So the Toronto Tempo are the best team in Toronto right now?
And they're in Montreal this week. We should mention this. I see some people shouting it out, playing my favorite WNBA players, Sabrina Ionescu, and the New York Liberty, who are in first in the East, I believe.
I have not had the pleasure yet with the Tempo, and I would like to
We're going.
soon. When are they back in town?
I think they're on a homestand now. I don't know when they leave. I think they're on the
technically they're Montreal, but that's their
Montreal.
Stand.
Right. It's part of their home game.
Right,
Apparently, they can say if they sell it out, it would be a WNBA franchise or record for attendance. Apparently, if they sell out the Bell Center, I don't know if they're going to do that. So
Really?
Montreal, go support them.
Grumpy old man in the chat, or madman in the chat. Sid, why is that law firm a $1 billion company? They're a boutique law firm. Like they handle. They don't deal with parking tickets. You know what I mean? That's why. They only take certain accounts. That's why they make $1.5 billion a year. And again, a company that makes that much money are good at what they do. They have been investigating this between September of last year and right now. And they're not done. What on earth is in that binder? On Kawhi Leonard and the Tree Company and the Clippers. What on earth is it? Again, if you go after Bomber, you better not miss. He'll keep you in court. Your grandchildren are going to need lawyers if you miss on him. Like you need to be sure with Steve Ballmer.
And again, this is just what we know on Kawhi. Like it could have uncovered some other stuff on Kawhi and whatever that KL2 that he's running. Like then they look into that.
I love that.
Unearthed.
What company is this KL2, guys?
But like we only know all this because of Pablo Torre. It doesn't mean there isn't more with this company. And
for sure. Howard in the chat. Boutique. Do they do nails? They might.
In New York too.
In New York, they might. I gotta say, contrary to what you might think of what I've thought of the chat today, the chat's been very funny today.
Yes.
And very good. We appreciate all of you. Okay.
And you can call us on stuff. We'll answer. Like you just saw, we tried to answer.
No, we had to have
We'll
like an open discussion about my role and what my responsibilities are here. And because I think some of you don't know. I think, to be fair to you, some of you don't know how I think this should go and what makes this show different from other shows.
And I want to say, like, you're not getting that anywhere else, where he builds you up the whole story and tells you all the facts you need to know, all the important parts of
No,
this.
you're getting the Raptors have been wronged and everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting from every other
But
show.
he does his research. He knows what he's talking about. That's the one thing I'll give you, and why I'm here with you, because this guy knows his stuff and does his research. He's going to present it.
You don't have to say that, but
But not to, no, and I feel like I do, because a lot of shows don't. They go on air just to, like, when we're doing. I think that's the difference between this and like the live watch parties we do. Like seeing Canada, that was raw. That was us reacting to what was happening in the moment. But when we come in here every day, unless it's breaking news, we try and do our research and give you the facts and then give you an opinion.
We try,
which not too many shows do.
We try.
They're very one-sided.
Yep.
And just because it makes you think a different way as a fan, don't get mad at it. Like, have a conversation.
But if you get mad and still
do it.
watch,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's true too.
But we're going to have this debate. Like, we're going to have a conversation about what my role here is.
Right.
And I don't hate on everything, contrary to what you might think.
Or if you think it makes you think of your team in not the best way,
Right.
and you want to stay happy about them, go ahead too.
Yeah.
Like, of course.
But I think it's a healthy conversation because I don't think, because the other part is, like, I don't think a lot of shows, if I'm being honest here, in terms of like, and I'm not talking live streams. I know there's a lot of shows in the country that really interact during a live stream, but like during the show itself, I think we interact with this chat more than anyone else in the country. And it's fun.
It is fun.
I
We
like
it.
it.
And
I like it.
Yep. They
Azzo likes it. I think you
point
like
out
it.
things. They're
It's
funny.
fun.
Like, it's fun. And we're here for a discussion.
Chris in the chat, hate watch is the best watch.
It's
It
true.
is.
It really
It
is.
is. It
It
is.
really is.
Very true. All right, one thing. Let's wrap up the week this way.
All right.
Let's wrap up the week
That's
this way.
some fun.
So, as I mentioned to Azzo, what seems like 5 hours ago, today's a big anniversary if you're a Portuguese soccer fan. It was 10 years ago today. Portugal went to Paris and beat France in the final of Euro 2016, European Soccer Championship. Ronaldo got hurt early in that game. There was a weird moth that landed on him. And some people said that was the ghost of Eusebio, one of the great Portuguese players that passed away prior to that tournament. And Ronaldo couldn't finish the game, and everyone I was watching the game was like, we're done. But I'm like, guys, we're still in it. It was 0-0 at the half. Like, did I think Portugal were going to beat France in Paris? Probably not. Considering France have ended a lot of Portuguese dreams down through the years. A lot. But lo and behold, Adair scored in extra time, and Portugal won in Paris. The greatest moment in men's Portuguese soccer history. So that was 10 years ago today. I think the Portuguese FA knew what they were doing because they made another big announcement today. They announced their new manager for the national team, the men's side. Roberto Martino, Azzo's boy, Roberto Martino, a.k.a. Roberto Martinez.
One time.
He knew he was leaving before this tournament, so he's gone because he's an idiot. And the Portuguese FA thought it was time for a Portuguese coach again. By the way, a Portuguese coach, Fernando Santos, was running the team in 2016. So today, a major moment in the career of a guy who's been a fixture around Portuguese soccer for a long time. His name is Jorge Jesus, and he's won league titles in Portugal. He won a Brazilian title with Flamengo. He won the Copa Libertadores. He won the Champions League of South America, a pretty big tournament. And he's been all over the place. He's coached his entire life, and he's waited for this opportunity. Well, he has it. And Jorge Jesus is now the manager of the Portuguese national team through the 2030 World Cup, a tournament that will be co-hosted by Uruguay, Argentina, Portugal, Spain, and Morocco, because it's the 100-year anniversary of the World Cup, and that's going to be incredible. Two things on the hiring of Jorge Jesus. I knew he was the perfect person to one day run the Portuguese national team. When I saw this clip that we're about to run for you, when he was in the Europa League years ago, he was attempting to do an on-field interview, but there was some hammering and construction going on just to his right, and it was making him extremely uncomfortable to the point where he was not going to continue the interview after this Europa League game until the construction was over. And he turns to the construction folks. Now, I looped this 2 times after he says it, but he turns to the people doing the construction work, and he utters a phrase that, especially in Southern Ontario, became so synonymous down through the years. It's basically in the Oxford Dictionary. And you'll know the phrase when you hear it. This is why Jorge Jesus is the perfect coach for the Portuguese national team.
Ao eu escalo. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok.
Take it easy is in the Oxford Dictionary.
Take it easy.
It began basically in the 60s in Southern Ontario, and it is now a popular phrase. When I heard that from Jorge Jesus, take it easy, I'm like, that's the guy.
What's better than a manager or coach saying, hey, take it easy. Take it easy.
I don't care what language you speak on earth. If you say that this World Cup, everyone knows what you're talking about. Can you play that one more time for me?
Yeah, of course.
I love that.
Ao eu escalo. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok.
I think the okay.
Okay.
Afterwards.
The okay is we have come to an agreement.
Yeah.
Take it easy. We have an agreement.
No, I'm telling you what to do. Okay, you signed off. We're good.
Oh. Do you know how many times in my life I've run into family and I've heard, take it easy?
Okay.
But that's like a bunch of languages.
Yeah.
I've heard that from Italian folks, from all kinds of folks.
That's translatable.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
That is universal.
It is, exactly. Global.
Universal.
That's what the league said to Bobby. Hey, take it
Take it
easy.
A Portuguese guy at the NBA office in New York called Bobby and said, take it easy? Okay. I want to hear it. I want to hear it one more time.
Right.
I want to hear it.
Ao eu escalo. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok.
I swear, every time I
love
listen,
that clip,
I
dude.
say, okay, afterwards. Like,
Okay.
thanks for understanding.
No, we're not fighting. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
God, I love that clip.
So good.
But that is what the NBA called Bobby Webster. That's
Make
how
this easy. This deal. I think you need to.
that's how it
take
worked.
It easy.
That's how it worked. Actually, this is I also heard this is how the phone call went between Clippers lawyers and Pablo Torre. Play it again, please.
Ao eu escalo. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok.
Isn't that how Kawhi tried to handle the press when Ramona
tried,
Shelburne?
yes. He tried, yes.
When Ramona Shelburne was
Ka-
grilling him?
Kawhi
Hey,
just sat there and said,
take it easy.
I don't deal with the clickbait. I don't deal with the
I don't
journalism.
read headlines. I think he just said headlines. I don't read
No,
headlines.
he said clickbait
Did he?
journalism.
Okay.
Because someone told him before he was out there, dude, just say clickbait journalism and you'll be fine. No, you won't. You won't. Oh my God.
Said two things on this guy. What's the second? That first one's pretty good.
Oh man. What's the Leaf equivalent of the phone call where we can run that clip? Like, what's the Leaf equivalent? We got to do one Leaf equivalent and we'll wrap it up for the week. What is it?
Hey, Marner, you leaving? Hey, take it easy. No, Austin, you leaving? Hey, take it easy. I have 2 years left.
This is
Take it easy.
this is how the conversation went between Matt Sundin and Austin Matthews down in Scottsdale.
Ao eu escalo. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok.
No, you know what that is? That's Sundin trying to say, hey, sir, sign the next contract. Just commit.
Yeah, just commit right now.
He's
Well,
like,
well, I mean, he can't. Austin has to wait again.
Right. Fair enough.
Oh man. What's the Blue Jays equivalent of that line?
Vladdy slumping? Hey, take it easy. There's time.
This is what John Schneider says when someone asks him why he uses his bullpen so much.
Ao eu escalo. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok.
Sorry. I'm a little loopy, and I'm enjoying that.
When's Santander coming back? Hey, take it easy.
Hold on. John Schneider, do you have an update on Santander?
O meu escalo. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok.
Are people doing it the other way when the Jays ask Santander, when you coming back?
O meu escalo. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso?
Hey, you ready for the season? Hey, take it easy.
Oh, man. Oh, I enjoyed that.
Really
That's
good.
one of my all-time favorites.
It's so good.
We need buttons.
Yeah.
That's one of the first buttons.
Without a doubt.
Due diligence from Keith Pelley is one of the first buttons. We got to get Jorge Jesus, now the Portuguese national team head coach, on there. And I'm open to baseball. Let's get John Schneider. Baseball is hard. He said that like a million times.
We got baseball.
We got baseball. We can't deal with fastballs. That's my favorite John Schneider. Oh my God. Okay. I think we're done.
Wait, there's some pictures of him. You said you had a second thing.
Oh,
Isn't
hold on.
that-
One more thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
come
before you
on.
show the picture. So now, like everyone's, because Cristiano Ronaldo has said he's not playing any more World Cups. So everyone's thinking, okay, well, now the Portuguese national team will turn over a new leaf with Jorge Jesus running the team, except that last season in Saudi Arabia, Jesus was his coach. And they love each other. At Al Nasser in Saudi Arabia. They love each other. Jorge Jesus and Cristiano Ronaldo. So many kisses. Azzo went online and found 500 photos of Jorge Jesus kissing Cristiano
There's
Ronaldo.
a lot of them. I couldn't believe it.
Kissing on the face.
It's true.
Face kissing. That's the strategy. Play a 4-4 face kiss. You don't play a 4-4-2.
Is that how he subs them off? I still love you.
Yes. Oh, man.
There's one more here. Hold on. I got to get this. What the guy Azzo yelled at for the door alarm said.
Ok.
What?
Oh. Hold on. Get it. No. You got to go take it easy. Hold on. Hold on. Wait.
Why didn't you run?
Wait for this.
O meu escalo.
There you go.
Tem que ir isso?
What's that alarm?
Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso? Ah, ok. Tem que ir isso?
Okay, we're good.
I guess I can't play a clip. See, I learned something today, too.
All
If
right.
there's a comment up, I can't run a clip.
Oh, it
I
blocked
think
you
it
from running the
stopped it.
clip?
I think it stopped it.
Wow. Okay, that's an interesting bug in the system.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Well, the comments are important.
Yeah, agreed. But I thought it would set up the clip with the quote underneath, but I guess I can't do that. Interesting.
All right. That was a lot of stuff for July the 10th.
Wow.
I gotta be honest.
One
That was
pretty
a
big story.
There's a lot of content for July the 10th. Our apologies. We wanted to get to Anthony Santander, but we ran out of time. Anything else, Azzo? You good?
Nah, take it easy. Just hit like and subscribe.
Okay. On behalf of Azzo and everyone here at Sick Media, I'm Sid. You've been watching and listening to the Sid Seixeiro Show, powered by Sick Media. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's see what Monday brings. Take care. We'll talk soon.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sid Seixeiro Show on YouTube, X, Instagram, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts.